Introduce yourself, sir, please.
Cameron from the Burgh, from South Africa.
I was about to say, yeah. I was going to say which team, but
Yeah.
of course, newly retired.
Yeah.
Having heard what you've heard this morning, are you thinking about changing your plans now? That's coming out of retirement.
I was actually discussing with some of the guys earlier. I'm still quite steadily happy with my retirement, but looking forward, it's a extremely exciting project. One that I really feel passionate to get involved in, and a really nice way for me to stay involved in swimming, to be able to give back and fight for the swimmers. I think that something like this and the innovation that they are forcing and bringing upon is something that hasn't happened in the last 10, 20, 30 years. In the space of within 1 year, we've already seen innovative products coming even from the competitors pushing back already. So there's a lot of progress going forward, and I would love to still stay involved in whatever comes of the future.
And how big could this be for the future of swimming?
It could be massive for the future of swimming. Of course, everything comes down to the stakeholders, whether or not everyone is able and willing to participate together to build a better future for swimming and for the athletes. So when you look back at even guys like me, for instance, I'm retiring now at the age of 30 at the top of my career, but looking at where the other opportunities are in my life right now, it's better, my time is better spent there, where if a league was already up and going, such as this, I might have already, I might be, willing to keep going for a year or two.
I think you may still come back. I wouldn't close that door. So what would your involvement be? How are you going to be involved in all this?
So we still discussing today all about the athletes committee and the union and how that would represent and intersect with what's going on with the ISL, with FINA, with all the governing bodies. That's something that's going to play quite a critical and a pivotal role in how this all fits in, how the athletes all combine, how we stand together, how we will, shall we say, integrate and move forward to be able to create this new vision, this new league, and bring swimming into this 21st century where we are not at the moment. So for me, the participation would mainly be geared towards enabling the athletes to understand how to better utilize this opportunity and to be able to also discuss the way forward with all the participating parties.
It's interesting you say that, because it's almost like you're indicating or insinuating perhaps that the swimmers are always the last people who are thought about on these things.
Swimmers are always the last people to be thought about. Personally, I think is that we are never seen as a talent. We are just sort of the byproduct of what's going on, which is obviously not the correct way to look at that. And I think swimmers have never been educated. It's always just been sort of this given mentality of that these are the rules, just accept by and abide by them. Don't challenge the status quo. And someone like the ISL is coming in now, disrupting that, which is now creating all this ructions coming about, which is now forcing athletes to actually think about these kind of questions, which before it was never really touched and sort of taboo and just left, and you do as what you're told. So going forward, it's really going to be it's going to be a very important role for swimmers to understand these sort of rights and what role do we play, how much power do you actually have, and how can you now utilize that to change not only your future but the future for all the generations of swimmers to come.
And how important will the ISL be in terms of promoting the sport, bringing new people into the sport to watch it?
Currently, the ISL is the only body that's actually trying to create this change, and that is actively creating change. So they are going to be, shall we say, that catalyst or that pivot point where the change is going to be brought about. If you don't have anyone that's willing to take the risk, willing to underwrite the first season, which is a huge risk, we will never change. We will still be stuck in our old ways. So as far as what I can see, and I'm sure the other swimmers that are eager to put their names forward and be bold enough to try this new innovative new product and stick their necks out against change, ISL is that bedrock that's enabling us to give us a platform.
And could it mean down the food chain, people thinking about the sport, coming into the sport, might be more encouraged to do so because of this?
I think looking forward down the food chain of, let's say, swimmers, you're never going to see, the biggest of the biggest guys sticking their neck out. Guys like Michael Phelps and whoever they may be, I think.
So, Cameron, in terms of getting people into the sport further down the food chain, if you like, how much would something like the ISL maybe encourage people at that level to want to progress?
It's going to help a lot of the swimmers that are, let's say, potentially not at that level where you're a world champion, where you're the biggest name in the game. A lot of those kind of athletes are already looking or are taken care of financially by sponsorships and earning, shall we say, that small piece of the pie that everybody's chasing. So those kind of guys are not, I think, going to be too phased about it potentially, but it's most of those guys that are cracking on the door, the second, the third, the fourth, that sometimes never make it, that now can actually make a realistic living out of the sport and keep them in the game for a lot longer.